All right. Hello, my dear friend. Thank you for showing some interest in what it is that I do. I hope for this video to be informative and enjoyable and educational on what it is that I do to help you in your decision-making process in choosing what to do in regards to making your live stream audio better. It is January 19th, 2023. Please excuse my dogs and my beeping. I'm sorry. I'm not a video guy. I just do all this the best that I know how to do it, and I cannot figure out how to put my computer on don't beep. I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, it's January 19th, 2023, and I think that I've already made something like 47, 48 sales calls in the not quite yet 3 weeks of 2023. And what I'm finding is that, well, number one, I'm repeating myself a whole lot. And I'm saying a lot of the same things. And not only that, I'm on the phone so much, my actual mix work is suffering. I'm not really getting enough time to do any actual mixing. So I thought I would recall all these things that I've already said, 50 times every time I get on the phone explaining to people what I do. I thought I would put it in a video. That way you can watch it at your own convenience. And for those of you who are representing a body or board of decision makers, you guys can pass this around and everyone can kind of hear directly from me about what it is that I do and how it may benefit you. So without further ado, let me talk a little bit about the process. So you're here because your live stream audio is not good. And your live stream audio is probably not good for a variety of more lesser reasons. You're sending a derivative of your in-house sound to your live stream. I've got some glare here. Let's take these off. What that means is you're probably sending a matrix or like an aux mix, which is, again, all derivative from how you mix your in-house sound. I know you're probably thinking, well, we've got separate fader levels and pan levels in our aux mix, and that may be true, but the EQ and compression and effects and everything on the individual channels, all that is all based on how you tune your in-house sound, and that never, ever, ever translates to your online audience. That doesn't translate to an iPhone speaker, phone speaker, laptop speakers, a car stereo, all this and that. That is not designed for that audience. That is not designed for a digital platform, if you will, that is a mix that is intended to sound good anywhere anybody listens to it. Booting up a console, putting up a PA, loudspeakers, pulling up some faders, getting something serviceable for your actual in-house service in your in-house events, that's something that is doable for, that's not, I don't want to say it's not hard, there's definitely an art to that, but creating a mix with audio, let alone an hour to hour and a half of audio of 4 to 5 different songs, and making all of that sound good for anyone who listens it anywhere, that's a whole nother thing. That really is, honestly, that's the same kind of skill set that it takes to mix an album, something that's going on the radio, all that, what have you. And honestly, churches in this day, in 2023, since the pandemic, churches need that kind of skill set. Honestly, just to be honest, to be relevant in their community, because nobody wants to listen to a live stream that sounds bad. And let's be honest, your live stream is your new front door. So it's extremely key that sounds good. But so that's why you sound bad. Now, for what I do to make you sound better, I utilize the same tools that we would use to mix an album or a radio single or a tool. I use a digital audio workstation, which is mixing and recording software that we are going to utilize to take the quality of the studio or the mixed recorded album to your church live stream. And the specifics of that is if you have a digital mixer, which I'm going to list all possible digital mixers on this page below. I'm not even going to go into in this video. If you have a current digital mixer that has a USB connection, we interface with a computer with this USB connection, and that allows me to access the individual channels, the drums, bass, vocals, piano, whatever, in the mixing software, and dial that in and mix and master that in just the way that you need for your live stream. And then whenever you're happy with that, master, when I get done, we take those same settings and we put them on your computer. And, I handle all this. I do all of this. I maintain it, all of that stuff. This is, from the minute of somebody connecting that physical cable into the computer and then logging me into the computer, it's pretty hands off. I pretty much kind of take over from there. I really find the churches that I'm able to help the most are the ones that don't have tech people, that are just a pastor or a worship leader that are trying to make something sound better, and they just need some help. I really find very often that those are the people who I seem to be able to help the most. I worked at a church for about 3 years, from 2015 to 2018, 2019, and I've worked for myself doing this since that time. And so I'm experienced with the culture of, some 15-year-old kid has got to know how to turn all this stuff on and power it on and, make sure that it works. I get that. I train people like that. I understand how that works. I get it, and that my process and what I do, how I do what I do, is in keeping that in mind, and in trying to set up all parties involved up for success. Now, in terms of the cost, again, I'm pretty upfront about all of that, for everybody's quality and for everybody's time's sake. So I charge about $1,000 for the whole thing, for the whole project. And I also, for my support and mix update, my peace of mind retainer, if you will, is $75 a month. Now, for those of you who think that might be kind of high, I would kind of like to draw attention to the fact that what I'm doing is I'm not replacing or acting as a full-time audio engineer in your church, but I am meeting the need of one. And what that comes down to for you on an annual basis is something like probably just under $2,000 a year, which you can't hire any skilled or unskilled individual to do anything anywhere for that kind of money. And, technology and, the ever developing degree of my skill set and everything just enables me to meet these needs in this capacity for that. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to make this video for everyone to kind of, get you information that you need, quickly without having to schedule an appointment. And me, obviously will not having to repeat myself, 100 times a month. And my main focus can be for my work, my actual mixing work, which you will definitely value. All that being said, you probably want to connect with me over the phone to make sure, hey, this guy's not a fraud. You may have some questions about some things that I didn't address. Completely understand. That's definitely a part of the process. So I would go ahead and encourage you, if you've identified with everything that I've said and my fees are in your budget, you have some questions, you just kind of want to polish up the dotted lines, or if you want to go ahead and pay my deposit, there'll be a link at the bottom, or there'll be an area to go schedule a call to be able to, have all your questions answered. But again, it's definitely my hope that anybody involved in the decision-making process has kind of watched this, for everybody's time, because I talk to a lot of people who want to hire me, and then pastor or board or deacons or whatever just don't want anything to do with it. And, I'd rather save your time and mine, this video is for everybody, anybody who might remotely be involved in making a decision, or anyone who cares about improving live stream audio. That is what this is for. Again, for any more questions that you might have, by all means, like I said, if you are very seriously interested in hiring me or retaining my services, go ahead and schedule a call below, and I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you.